Sorry I'm late. Sorry. I got to put this back. I've been to the gym. I've had a busy day. I was in late. And I just updated my microphone and it totally fucked my settings up. So I've been sat here for several minutes trying to get my mic to work. Now it's on. Let me just do the window and sorted. Yeah, not late, just slightly adrift. Yeah, sorted. Now that's fucked as well. God damn it. If you change anything on a PC, everything goes tits up. You change one thing, download one program, do anything, everything ends up completely arse over tit. There we go. Let's move that a bit. Hang on. No, that's the background. There. Ha-ha! Sorted. How's everyone doing? We're winning. Here we are. Right. Fucking hell. Sounds alright, is it? Yeah. I don't know if there's any desktop audio now either. Because there was someone wanted to play one of these. Well, that's not it. One of these has a fucking sound on it. Yeah, this one. Can you hear this?
They don't seem to be able to typically place you in a context that makes sense to them. They think, what are you doing here?
That's brilliant, that one. You could get the audio on that? Fucking hell. That one is the poshest fucking woman I've ever seen in my life, coming up with a load of absolute nonsense. She's been in Oxfordshire for 22 years. She's posh as fuck. And she's like, oh yeah, they treat me like an animal, don't you know? I walk into the shops and people are like, oh my God, what is that thing? It's like I just hitched my skirt up and shit on the counter. It isn't, you lying bastard. You lying bastard. It's so ridiculous. Just making shit up and the BBC prints it all day long. Anyway, I found that story because I just filmed the BBC Spews and I really need a rest. I had like 10 minutes to do that and then fucking, hang on. Oh no, and I know that annoys people drinking on a microphone as well. It's terribly unprofessional. If you wanted professionalism, you wouldn't be watching this, would you? Be watching Darren Grimes or something. But Darren Grimes doesn't talk about cock as much as me, which is quite ironic because Darren Grimes is an open homosexual. Sort of weird, isn't it? Darren Grimes definitely doesn't talk about dick as much as the Angry Bootneck. And I am as straight as an arrow, I swear. Other than the occasional bit of forced teabagging due to, naval regulations, I am as straight as an arrow. Oh yeah, and that one time put a gimp suit on to go on the piss, but that was also forced. Oh, and also wore stockings and suspenders out on the piss in Turkey, causing an international incident. And what else? Well, all right, quite a few camp things, but still, I'm a happily married man. This shouldn't be the type of thing that I talk about very often. Right. Let's talk about something that I wanted to do which was not BBC related, because you know what? I'll tell you why. This is important. If you go on Google now and you type in Peterborough Labour Party councillors, you don't find anything. It's the same as not telling you the truth about the numbers for this protest. You don't find anything. They don't want to tell you news that they don't like. Right? They don't want you to know. If it's a big story that they don't want you to hear about, they won't fucking tell you. So if you go on Google and type in Peterborough Labour Councillor, you get nothing. You get nothing. They're not interested. But something big did happen in Peterborough, didn't it? I'm sure all you sensible bootcateers are well aware, aren't you? Because you've already checked out Rotten Politics' video, or listened to Paz, or Re Got a Problem, or any of the other sensible, eloquent, infinitely less foul-mouthed users of YouTube. And you're already aware, aren't you, of the shameless, horrendous behaviour of the Labour councillors in Peterborough. But BBC don't want you to know about it. If you go on the BBC website and type in Labour Peterborough, the only thing you see is Peterborough by-election, Labour beats the Brexit Party. Really? Really interesting, isn't it? They want you to know that. The Brexit Party, what are they going to do? They're going to do nothing. They're useless. They're as much use as tits on a fish. They're as much use as a nun's fucking minge. No. There is something going on in Peterborough. Something very interesting. The BBC just don't want you to know about it. So guess what? I do want you to know about it. Here it is. Are you ready? Labour suspends half the fucking party, right? Half the members in bastard Peterborough have been suspended tonight for much, much more than mere anti-Semitism. 7 of the party's councillors have had their whip removed just a few weeks after 2 more of its representatives were suspended. The revelations were in the same week the anti-Semitism allegations have been levelled at the Conservatives. Oh yeah, everyone knows they're the anti-Semites in the country. Fuck me. The Jewish Leadership Council said there seems to be anti-Jewish racism in both main political parties. both. All right. There is some anti-Semitic behaviour from the Blue Party, and there is some. It's bigger than my screen. It is Diane Abbott arse size. Some in the other party. Just leaving that out there. Latest Labour suspensions were revealed by Jewish News and have been confirmed to Peterborough Telegraph. Loads of them. Weird though. Weird the names of them. Councillor. We know I have to do, you guys know, right? I have to change the names for aliases. So the councillor was Alan Albertson. Angus Ellis. He's all right, Angus. Samantha Hemlock. Manboob Harrison, Simon, fucking hell, that's a hard one, isn't it? Q with an Quinton, Simon Quinton, and Alan Joseph, yeah. And also Mark Jameson. Those horrible Anglo devils have been up to all sorts. Let's have a look. 4 other members have also been suspended, as well as Janet Armstrong and Jonathan Orchard. The Labour Party takes all complaints of, oh God, I'm sick of hearing this fucking script from the Labour Party. Root out. They keep using the same term, don't they? Root it out. Who's the gardener? Stevie fucking Wonder. Muhammad Ali with his boxing gloves. Not Anne Frank, that's the wrong... that's the wrong historical person to choose for this analogy. I meant Helen Keller. Helen Keller. Favourite analogy, by the way, is another good one. When your dad buys you a bike or a judo suit or a guitar or something when you're a kid in the north, and you promptly leave it under the fucking stairs, you never use it. Your dad says, that fucking karate outfit has seen less use than Anne Frank's drum kit. One of my favourites. I've used it quite a few times. I'm sure some of you noobs haven't heard it before, but you're welcome. Remember that one and use it in future. It's a good one. I like to think that if there is an afterlife, she will find that funny. And we are remembering her, right? We are remembering her. It's just shocking. Like, Labour, they're unreal. It never ends with Labour. They're just awful. And by the way, this is only half of it. This whole thing with anti-Semitism isn't the real issue. The real issue with Labour councillors in Peterborough has also been them threatening and intimidating Conservative voters. It's like the shit you'd see in Saddam's Iraq, right? Where you have democracy, small d, because if you vote for the party that Sads doesn't like, 20 blokes come round your house, gang rape your wife, and then burn the soles of your feet with an iron bar. Right? It's not really a democracy when they do things like that, right? They don't tend to do that outside the schools in England. Completely ridiculous. So shocking. BBC doesn't want to tell you. I'm going to have to change this show, Anna, because there's so much good stuff that the BBC refuse to even cover. And I think that the BBC Spews does make my unending disdain for the BBC known to all of the world. So I can probably move on and start doing other news organisations, because the BBC, honestly, they don't tell you any of the juicy news, any of the protests that you're interested in reading about, anything actually good, they don't tell you. They just hide it. Like, nah, don't need to know that. If it hurts our far-left extremist politics, we don't let you know that. You don't need to know. Let's talk about Boris Johnson's wallpaper. What about the 300,000 dudes raping, torturing little girls? Nah, Boris Johnson's wallpaper. Boris Johnson's wallpaper. What about a priest getting his fucking head sawed off with a penknife in front? Nah. What about climate change? Yeah, that's happening. Fucking hell. The New York Times spews, that would probably be a good one. The New York Times, holy fucking shit. They are shocking, aren't they, the New York Times? Another once formerly proud organisation that now is about as trustworthy as a fucking kleptomaniac prostitute junkie. It's quite a crazy time we're living in. Not the news from the BBC. Yeah, you don't get news off them. Anyway, racism. Is football racist? What's it like being black in the Cotswolds? It's like... This stuff I brought up, right, because I started filming the BBC Spews, and one of the stories that was on this week's BBC, which we need to know, was about the 50th story saying, is X racist? Like, I'm sick of seeing them. So I just Googled, BBC is racist, and saw what come up, and it just piles in, fills your mentions. Is football's racism being lost on social media? Is football racist? What's it like being black in rural England? Probably like being white in rural England, isn't it? Just walk around, fill your lungs with oxygen, eat, sleep, shit. Probably about the same, right? Or again, is that controversial? Are you supposed to say, oh, what? It's totally different. It's like walking around with a fucking Martian. So let's listen to this ridiculous upper crust, spoiled fucking rotten, middle class arsehole. Let's see what she has to say about her experiences in rural England, because I fucking crease laughing at this. It's just a fiction from start to finish. Yeah, a successful middle-class arsehole. Oh, yeah, darling, 22 years in the countryside. But, you know, it's beastly here. That's why I'm a millionaire and I've stayed for 22 years. Because it's fucking beastly, yeah? Because everyone acts. I walk through the street and it's like fucking Jeffrey Dahmer chasing his gay lover down the road with his fucking nipples out. It's not. You just go for a walk and people say hello because you've been there 22 years and nobody gives a monkey's fart. You lying millionaire upper crust twit. Tell me what it's like, come on.
Hello, Lola. How are you? Thanks. How are you?
Confuses the fucking locals. How clueless are people that actually take the BBC seriously? Confuses the locals like it's fucking 1700s. Might confuse the locals if it was the 1700s and there was only about 8 black people in the whole of the UK. Confuses some of the locals. So every fucking advert they see nowadays is black dudes. Every football game they watch, which is the national fucking sport, 50% black dudes on the pitch. All the movies, all the TV shows, the newsreaders, the weathermen, the fucking everywhere you look. But apparently she walks down the street that she's lived on for 22 years and blokes are like, oh, it's just like, are you mental? Are you fucking mental? I know you're trying to sell us this nonsense narrative, but you should do a better job of lying about things than this. Confuses the locals. Never say 2021. Never seen one in the fucking life. Barack Obama was the leader of the free world for 8 years, but this woman who's lived there for 22 years and goes to the same fucking shops in the same little town, in the same village for 22 years, and she steps outside the door and everyone's like, oh, what are you talking about? You lying twat. That's why I get offended. They're slurring my people. My people are the natives of this country. They're nice, decent, welcoming people. That's why she's lived there for 22 years. If they were fucking horrible, she'd have moved. If I lived in this street and every time I walked outside, neighbours went, fat cunt, I'd be like, yeah, cheers then. Officer, fuck off, Taylor, you're a cunt. Right, or you, arsehole, boo, hiss, chase him out of town. I'd probably stay a week. And I go, you know what? It's not working, I'm fucking moving. This cunt, 22 years in the same place. Everyone's confused. Why? Unless you're walking down the street with your minge out, they're not confused. They're not. Unless you change your daily routine and instead of going shopping in your nice fancy dress with your $2,000 handbag and your best earrings in, instead you walk out with a fucking 10 of those little copper rings around your neck and a fucking carrying some sort of, stroking a goat and some tribal beads. They'd probably be confused there because you're a fucking English woman who's posh as fuck and you've lived there for 22 years. But other than that, nobody's confused and nobody cares. And you're just a liar because you want to slur people.
When you're a black woman in a mostly white community, people think you're there somehow to service need. So it could be that you're a nanny looking after someone else's children.
Not when they talk like you, posh fucker. No, they don't. Look how she's dressed. Look, is anyone there look confused? All I see, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A lot of people there. I don't see much confusion going on. Loads of people there. Just sat there. Why aren't they all going, what the fuck is that? What the... Hey, Hilda, have you ever seen one of them? I don't... What is it? No fucking idea. Never seen one of them in my fucking life. Yeah? We didn't have fucking Samuel L. Jackson on the telly 25 years ago, so you see a middle-class woman who happens to have a bit of a tan and everyone's like, what the fuck? I mean, come off it. Come off it. She's servicing a need for me, Kate. She's servicing my need to be very, very angry and show the entire world that the BBC is full of fucking scum that tell lies.
Or that you're a nurse. Or actually wonders whether I might be some kind of sex worker.
I might be some type of sex worker. How? Middle-class woman dressed up to the nines with a £2,000 handbag. Are you honestly telling me that a granddad walked up to her in the middle of the fucking street she's lived in for 22 years and went, all right, love, you're on the game, you, aren't you? I can just fucking tell. Suck us off. What? Oh, no, I just wish that... Suck us off. It's not going to suck itself. But I've 22... Gives a gobble. Get it done. Come on, chop, chop. Chop, chop. We haven't got all fucking week. You're just a liar. You're just a liar. A fucking liar. Slurring people. Slurring your neighbours. The nice people that have made you so welcome you stayed for 22 years and you're slurring them. You horrible middle-class fucking champagne socialist.
I knocked on the door of my first home and the landlady, who I'd only ever spoken to on the phone, saw me and she was taken aback and then she said, oh, but you speak perfect English.
Liar. 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 We're not living in the 18th century. You're full of shit. And you spoke to her on the phone. Oh yeah, this house, is it fully terraced? How many bedrooms? Does it have good amenities? Is the local supermarket turn up for the fucking thing? Oh, you speak English? You lying twat. Unless you rang, unless you got your Polish mate to do the fucking interview in the worst English you can possibly think of, you're a liar. You had a phone interview. You probably checked your credit record and seen that your name wasn't Dame Elizabeth Brown or whatever the fuck you're called. You're just a liar. Your story's shit and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's white middle class heartland, really, Oxfordshire. You don't get much more so than that.
Oh, no,
people
no.
are friendly and they, and yet there are some who always don't quite know how.
So why did you stay for 22 years, you fucking penis? And I can't go on. She's enraging me. Yeah, I love the tranquility, but everyone's fucking evil. You are a lying, rat-faced fucking Jezebel. You sneaky yo-yo knickered harlot. I hate the way they talk. I hate the way they lie. I hate the way they slur all of the people I like. So I'm not watching her anymore. There's a link. If you want to go and finish it, it's only another 60 seconds. Fucking crack on. I really cannot be arsed with it. What a lying slut. I'll tell you what, I'll do one more. Do we really want to talk about racism, non-existent racism anymore? Is football... no. Right, Bootneck's law, you all know it. Is it? No. If there's a question mark at the end of a sentence on the BBC's social justice narrative, the answer is no. They put question marks on to desperately make a story that doesn't exist. Because if you put a question mark on the most insane claim, you can make a story up, can't you? If you're a journalist. Slow day. Is there aliens at the bottom of the Mariana Trench? Yeah, maybe there is. Let's write a fucking story about it. I don't know what else to talk about. So, yeah, well, but I'm not doing that because it does me head in. So, fuck off. Liar. What else have I got? This one is interesting to me because it's not talking about an individual's fictional life stories. It's talking about... It's basically a really good way to see. Nothing to see, says the white man. Well, yeah, well, use your eyes, Matty. Use your eyes. 22 years still there. If they're all horrible, she'd have moved. Yeah? Or is that not logical? No. They're all fucking evil, but I've stayed for 22 years and it's fucking great. Give your head a shake, son. You don't need to listen to me. You just need to listen to your eyes and your ears. This one's interesting because it sort of shines a light on the opinion of the far left and their authoritarian tendencies. Basically, it says, we're losing it on social media, but social media is just the modern town square. So what they're basically saying here is we have to stop individual people from saying things that we don't like. It's how do we enforce individual politeness on absolutely everyone? You're never going to be able to stop people from being arseholes. If someone decides to be a prick, let's just remove the racial element altogether. If someone rocks up on Twitter, a platform with literally billions of users, and starts saying, oh yeah, you're an ugly ginger bastard, there's a common insult. Why is that different to the race one? They're both insulting. Yes, there was institutional power behind the racism one in the United States to a far greater extent than in Europe. But individual people still can't be rounded up in some sort of loose collective and banned from the fucking internet. It doesn't make any sense. Gone a bit deaf, Abby, or you gone quiet? Have I? I didn't think I had. Rant away. Yeah, well, I am. So basically, they're calling for a 24-hour social media boycott in protest at a similar spate of abuse. So listen, this is where Silicon Valley dies. You can't stop people from being rude. You just can't. If you're going to arbitrarily decide that saying something racist is the worst insult imaginable and therefore insults have to be banned from the online space, you have to ban all of it. All of it. It is a cruel, inflammatory insult that you're just putting out there to be mean and annoy someone. Well, that can be said of 50% of fucking cyberspace, can't it? That is 50% of fucking cyberspace. So what are you going to do? Well, they're telling us what they want to do. They want to monitor and measure everything you say and everything you do and give supreme power to social media to fucking remove you from cyberspace if you say anything that they decide is mean. But guess what? If you want to be mean to Jacob Rees-Mogg and turn up round his house and tell a little kid, his own fucking son, your dad's scum, your dad's evil, your dad's murderer, you can do that all day long. You can do that all day long. But these insane commie ideologues are more than happy to have social media stamped down upon, treated like a digital prison, as long as you only insult people they like. And patronising as it may seem to the likes of Shams, they like you if you happen to look a certain way, right? We like you when you're not a communist. I'm literally that simplistic with my politics now. I like you if you're not a communist. I don't think the left-right paradigm even exists anymore in 2021. I think it's gone. Because on every political compass I fill in, I'm on the left. Every one I've ever done, I've been slightly to the left. Because I'm an atheist / agnostic. Because I think gambling and booze and drugs and prostitution should be legal. Because I don't care about a lot of the old tenets of conservative ideology. I don't care about abortion. I know I've fell out with some of you guys here before. I just don't. They say, oh, children are our most precious resource. No, they fucking aren't. There's billions of little bastards. There's billions of them. We need fucking oil is what we need. We don't need children. There's bastard loads of them. I don't care about abortion. I don't care about prostitution. Don't care about drugs. Don't care about... Oh, I'm pro-euthanasia very strongly. All of these things are liberal values. Free speech, freedom of expression, pro-gay marriage. You reel them off, I can go all day. I'm a fucking lefty. Only on two things am I conservative at this moment in time, it seems to be. The support for the nation state and individuality, which apparently some of that should be left as well, shouldn't it? And crime and punishment. On those two things. Capitalism, well, yeah, but aren't I a liberal? Margaret Thatcher wasn't a conservative. She was a free market libertarian. I'm not right-wing. I'm just not. I don't care. I don't care what you look like, who you put your cock in, whether you've had an abortion, whether you sniff fucking Colombian marching powder. I don't care. Do you. Do you. But I'm not a communist. So the old alliances are dead. Right, left, it's gone. It's gone. It is now capitalist versus communist. Pick one. Pick one. There are no middle grounds to be drawn. The battle lines are drawn, boys and girls. It's time to face facts. You might be more one way than another. You might be more of a lefty than a righty. You might be a little bit more of a fucking free market libertarian. You might want more regulation. But you have to pick a side between these two. Because Matty and his chums are communists. They are radical, racial collectivists. They are radical freedom of speech, muzzling authoritarians. They don't want you saying things they don't agree with. They don't want you hanging out with people that they don't agree with. They don't want you reading newspapers that they don't agree with. They don't want you having a protest that they don't want to agree with. They don't want you doing anything that they don't fucking sanction. So pick a team, boys and girls. It's time to fucking rock and roll. And when they get their glorious fucking revolution, well, that's when the fun starts. Because I don't think 500 burly fucking scaffolders from the northeast are going to lose a fight against a few 100,000 degenerate soy boys with a head full of horse shit. It's not going to happen. Have you seen them trying to stop steelworkers getting to work in like Baltimore? One guy with a fucking crowbar went through about 200 of them. He could have just flicked them aside with his genitals, swat them with his gonads, and off they go flying. It's ridiculous. Yes, Shams, you see, pick a team. It's not about sexuality, not about religion, not about colour or creed or race, hobbies, what you stick your cock in, rub your minge against. It's about capitalism versus communism, and there are no fucking lines. McCarthyism to electric boogaloo. It seriously needs to make a comeback at this point, and McCarthy went too far. I'm an educated chap. I've read all about McCarthyism. I know the crack. It is not a good thing. But they've backed us into a corner, and now you've got to pick a team, haven't you? They're forcing us. I don't agree with McCarthyism. Some of the people they went after didn't fucking deserve it. Some of the people they victimised didn't fucking deserve it. But you're making me pick a team. And if you pick a team and you force us to polarise, you end up polarising at the wings of the political spectrum. So you're going to make us do this. You fucking loony, postmodernist, rabble-rousing shit cunts are going to make us pick a team, and you're going to cause all kinds of bother. And that's what's going to happen in France, and that's what's going to happen everywhere else. It's not good. Why did you think it was good? Look what you made us do. Look what you're making us do. Look what you're making us do. We don't want this. None of us want this. But you're making us. Because you're off your teeny tits. Right? Lunacy. Fucking lunacy. Individuals. Yeah, individuals we all fucking dislike. You could be everything that Matty and his bigoted friends think that we don't like, and we would like you. They think, the Guardian readers, they think you don't like someone for... I mean, it is, on the face of it, it's ridiculous. Nobody talks about this, but they call you a racist at the drop of a hat, or they call you a homophobe, or they call you an Islamophobe, or they call you whatever. Even mad shit like a disabled phobe, or you don't like disabled people. Why? Tell me why anyone doesn't like someone that happens to be black, or gay, or disabled. Why would you when you're an individual? Telling me that someone's gay tells me nothing about them. I like liberal, conservative-leaning, live and let live, capitalist gay people, and I don't like authoritarian, communist gay people. Does that make sense? It's the same with everything. Knobheads on Twitter, oh fucking hell, you don't like them because they're black. What are you talking about? That doesn't tell me anything about them. I don't like them if they're communists that happen to have a tan, but I like them if they're Kemi fucking Badenoch or someone who's or Zubi or any of the numerous people that happen to be black and aren't communists. I mean, it's so fucking obvious. to anyone that isn't a lunatic. But like I said, the lunatics, the collectivists, the authoritarians, they will not stop until we are fucked. So that's that. Pick a team, boys and girls. It's coming, and we're all going to have to it's probably going to kick off massively, like it always does when the commies have got the bit between the teeth. Yes, Chams, and they'll racially abuse you all day long if you don't have the right politics, because that's the way communists are. When they round people up, what have we seen through history? When they round people up, they don't do it by race. No, they don't. They don't round up the black people, they don't round up the gay people, but they do round up everyone who isn't a communist. And you will be in the fucking gulag with everybody else. That's why they racially abuse you when they don't agree with you. It's capitalism versus communism. Electric Boogaloo. Get ready for it. It's going to be fucking marvellous, I'm telling you. Because, like I said, I'm chomping at the bit to see bricklayers and plumbers and fucking scaffolders get to grips with some of these fucking champagne socialists. That middle-class millionaire with a floral dress on. I'm going to love to see what some fat fucking chav makes of her when BLM add a few thousand more to the ranks and feel confident enough to really bring the pain. Let's see what happens, shall we? Put your money on my team, boys and girls, because you know it's going to go down. They're in a tiny minority and they don't even know it, because the echo chamber, the TV station, the radio networks and the newspapers have convinced them that they're in the majority. Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I will fucking love it. I shall laugh long and loud the next morning when it really kicks off. Like this. Ha 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 ha. Is this incitement? No, listen to it. Listen to it. I'm telling you some facts. They're the ones that are getting violent and aggressive. They're the ones that have been smashing up the fucking cities for the last 6 months. When we were saying, don't do that, lads. That's terrible. Fucking incitement. Look at the left, you maniac. That's incitement. Ted Wheeler, Maxine Waters. We no peace, no justice, no peace. That is incitement, my friend. And if you think otherwise, you have an even worse grasp of English than fucking BBC Pigeon. Right? Okay, I have to rush. I'm busy bastard on Thursdays. Thanks for watching, chaps. The BBC Spews is back. It will drop on Sunday. Thanks for watching. Even you, Matty. Let's have an argument. I do like it. I can't channel the fury if everyone's just agreeing with me all the time. So please go easy on him. Right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all in a few days. Sunday about 10, I think. And I guess I'll be back on Monday. All right? See you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching.